Nets 2-7 since KD's injury. It's not going great for them. Nick, let's hand out some medals. Get ourselves in a better mood here. Lakers, Clippers, Reggie Jackson, the hero, hitting the driving layup with 4 seconds left to take the lead. 2 of his 25 points on the night. Late game heroics and a win. And yet, no medal from Nick. Nick, which 3 guys were podium-worthy performers last night?
No medal for Reggie Jackson. Instead, a medal for Klay Thompson.
Wow.
Klay Thompson yesterday, I said, holding on for dear life on the pyramid, has not played well since his return. And then folks are like, well, his per 36 over the last, shut up. He hadn't played well. He knows it. I know it. You know it. Played well last night. We are all rooting for Klay. We all want Klay to be vintage or something close to it. Klay saw some flashes of it last night. He gets a bronze. Silver medal in a loss, Anthony Davis. 30 points, 17 rebounds on the night. This close to the game winner after he thought he had the game winner on a dunk. Anthony Davis gets the silver. And then the gold medal, Trae Young. Speaking of the pyramid, Hawks fans, oh my God, the Trae Young disrespect. Guys, there's no Trae Young disrespect. He's just not better than the 15 guys ahead of him on the pyramid. Last night he was, though. 43-5 in a great win for the Hawks over the previously red-hot Phoenix Suns. There is your medal stand from last night in the NBA. Thank you, Matt.
Lakers Clippers is where we start. No LeBron in this one. Final 15 seconds. Russ finds AD for the alley-oop. Lakers take a 1-point lead. Under 10 seconds left now. Can they get a stop? Are Nick and I going to work out together one day? There's your answer. Reggie Jackson splitting. Austin Reeves and Russ lays it in. Clippers retake the lead. One final chance. AD, Anthony Davis, brings it up the floor, gets a great look. That ball touches every part of the rim. No net. AD would later say he watched that play 7 times before going out and speaking with reporters. Lakers have now dropped 4 of their last 5 overall, and 5 straight, by the way, to the Clippers. Sorry, Anthony Davis, even though you've been playing well lately. Nick, how discouraged should Lakers fans be?
Oh, I don't think they should be discouraged. The very first Lakers game of the season, we came on the air the next day, and I said there's a lot about this team that really concerns me. Didn't like the rotations it looked like Vogel was going to use, was obviously, as we all were, unsure about Russ's fit. And AD, the first, really up until his injury, didn't look anything like the AD that helped the Lakers win a championship a couple years ago. The reason I feel better today than I did then, and the reason I don't think Lakers fans should be discouraged, is because they have 3 objectives from now until the end of the year. The first objective, Broussard, is get to the 8 seed or better. Why does that matter? Because if you're the 7 or the 8 and you win the first play-in game, you will avoid Phoenix. I think avoiding Phoenix early in the playoffs is critical. I think the Lakers' chances of upsetting Golden State, a fully healthy Lakers team, are actually quite high, as opposed to the Suns that have a 9-man roster that might be the best in basketball. So that's goal 1. Goal 2 is figure out your 8-man rotation. You know who the top 5 are. LeBron, AD, Russ, Monk, and Melo. Melo got dinged yesterday, so we'll see how long he's going to be out. And then figure out the back end of that. I think they are in the process of it. But the final one and the most important one is this. Get Anthony Davis back to being Anthony bleeping Davis. Get Anthony Davis back to a place where if he showed up on my pyramid outside of the top 4 rows, outside of the top 10, that it would be an insult, that it would be an outrage. Get Anthony Davis playing to a level that when they announced the All-Stars yesterday and he's left out, it's like, well, that's ludicrous. Don't care how many games he's missed. He's one of the best players in basketball. And Anthony Davis, since his return, if we throw out the very first game where he played limited minutes, he's given you 30 and 12 with great defense.
Right.
That is what the Lakers have to have. The Lakers' path through is very simple. You look at the Western Conference. Do they have the best player? I think they do in LeBron. Could they have, in the whole conference, also the 4th best player? Maybe. You have Steph, you have Ja, you have Luka, you have Jokic, you have AD, all fighting for that spots behind LeBron. Anthony Davis has to play at this level. And if he does, then the Lakers will be a team no one wants to see. Now, loss to the Clippers is damaging because they're the team they're chasing for that 8th spot, and there's obviously a lot of work to be done. But I feel better about the Lakers today than had they won and AD went 18-9 in a pedestrian effort. He seems to be fully engaged on both ends post-injury in a way we haven't seen since the bubble.
No, that's fair. Because let's face it, the bar has been lowered. All right. What you just said it, Nick. What's one of the goals? Finish 7th or higher. That's where the bar is now. It's no longer get home court advantage in the first round of the playoffs, challenge Phoenix and Golden State for the best record in the conference. None of that. And even the Lakers understand that now. I have said all season long, puncher's chance. That's their mantra as far as I'm concerned, and I think they're accepting that. Russell Westbrook said a couple days ago, you know what? We just got to get to the playoffs with the right energy and playing the right way, and then everybody's 0-0. Because he understands the regular season is lost. Let's just get to the playoffs in a good mentality and see if we can have a puncher's chance and knock these teams out. That's what it's come to, and that puncher's chance, as you pointed out, Nick, depends on 2 guys, LeBron James and Anthony Davis. And Anthony Davis is, as you said, starting to look like the AD in the bubble that helped them win the championship. And early on in that final series with Miami was the front runner for the finals MVP. And then he kind of faded and LeBron rose, and LeBron got it rightfully so. But that's the AD that they need. And you pointed out the numbers. What I like about AD is the way he's playing. Now, he's been scoring paint points all season, but last night, 9 of his 12 shots that he made were dunks. All right, even the last shot, I love the fact that he took it into the paint and missed the runner from about 9 or 10 feet, but it was a close shot. LeBron and Westbrook settle too much for 3-pointers, even AD sometimes. 3-pointers at the end of the game when you're trying to tie or win. I like him attacking the basket because, as you said, Nick, the advantage they have over a Golden State, even maybe a Phoenix, maybe, is size. And AD, he's only taken 6 3-pointers in his last 4 games. Love it, because you can't hit threes with regularity. So go inside and dominate. Here's the last thing I'll say, Wilds. If LeBron comes back and is playing as well as he was before the injury, and AD continues to play at this level, and the Lakers are still losing, that's when, to me, it's legitimate to look at Frank Vogel and say, okay, LeBron looks great, AD is back, and we're still losing. Now you can question whether or not he should be your coach and say maybe they need a new voice, and that's when you should look at it seriously. I think the stuff before was